You're back again, week 2, in which we look at mostly Mark Twain. Mark Twain brings a voice to American literature that really had never been heard before. And I want to give you an example of that. I want to read a little bit from the beginning of Huckleberry Finn.
You don't know about me without you have read a book by the author of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, but that ain't no matter.
Okay, you don't buy that, do you? But you could hear that voice at the beginning of The Scarlet Letter, which is, according to some people, the greatest novel in the American canon. Others would argue for Mark Twain. Let's try the first paragraph or so of that with that voice. A throng of bearded men in sad-colored garments and gray steeple-crowned hats, intermixed with women, some wearing hoods and others bareheaded, was assembled in front of a wooden edifice, the door of which was heavily timbered with oak and studded with iron spikes. That one works, doesn't it? That's kind of what what Nathaniel Hawthorne sounds like. It's the voice you hear. He's refined. He's educated. He's kind of dignified. He's very Eastern and specifically Northeastern. Twain, no. And Twain's no dummy. But Twain made his mark with this voice. He wasn't the first to do it. Artemus Ward, who's mentioned in the course materials, was a little bit before Twain, and boy, his big thing, I mean, he pours it on thicker than Twain does and isn't nearly as good at it, but Artemus Ward was quite humorous. Bret Harte has the same sort of a voice going, and various others have done this since then. Here's the voice I hear speaking to me. You hear me now? When I read Huckleberry Finn. You don't know about me without you've read a book by the name of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, but that ain't no matter. That book was made by Mr. Mark Twain, and he told the truth mainly. There was things which he stretched, but mainly he told the truth. Okay, to me, that's what I hear. Now, you may hear it a little differently. Doesn't really matter. But the key thing is that's a very different voice, and it's a voice that seemed to resonate with a lot of people. I made the recommendation, oh, by the way, this is my copy of Mark Twain, of Huckleberry Finn. It cost 75 cents when I bought it. It's the one I had when I was, I want to say, a freshman in high school, and it is falling apart. It has little annotations that I put on there when I was bored in class, including, and I'm really proud of this, I did a lovely little hair job on Mark Twain. Give him a beard, put some glasses on him. I was a very serious student in those days. What was I saying? I don't know. I made a recommendation that you read more than just the few chapters that I assigned. I think it were 7 chapters or 8 chapters that I required you to read. That is where the test questions will be drawn from. But this book especially, it deserves a full read. It doesn't take a long time. It's not huge. If you don't get it all done here in the next week, that's fine. But do yourself a favor on this. You know, back last semester, I made the suggestion you might want to read Moby Dick, but man, that's a big old book, and there's a lot of it that you might want to skip over there. This one, it deserves to be read, and so I just really want to sell that to you. Otherwise, you know, Twain is a pretty approachable guy, and it's usually kind of fun to read, and so you might want to check out some other things too, or you might not. That's up to you. Also, Bret Harte, the short stories, Artemus Ward, the little sketches. You know, reading 1 or 2 of those things isn't going to hurt you either. I'm just trying to load you up, right? Okay, that's about all I've got for this week. Hope you will enjoy Twain, and I will talk to you next time.